have the good soils in British Columbia. We've got a good climate in British Columbia for growing our own food. Why on earth are we trying to import it from a country that's being burned out with drought and wildfires, which is what's happening in California today?
To have a protected valley in the middle of a city that is urbanized, that has beautiful soils, and you have the water infrastructures of the municipality to provide water as well. It's a perfect place for a healthy community to have thriving farms.
Most fertile areas in BC are the Fraser Valley, the Peace River, where they're going to flood part of it, and Vancouver Island, southern Vancouver Island, this here, area here. And that's it. But it's the small farms that were feeding the city. And those farms disappeared. And as those farms disappeared, we said we've got to put a stop to it. And that's where the ALR was brought in.
Urban farmers have huge challenges. It's the price of farmland and the speculation that goes on with it, and the industrialization of farmland also pushes the price of farmland up.
The Royal Oak Golf Course closed down 2 years ago. They said it wasn't viable anymore, and they've applied to Saanich to have it removed from the ALR. We'd like it held for farming, you know, either now or in the future for food security, but would also, you know, in the meantime, it would be a lovely park.
The pressures on land make it very hard for young farmers to get onto farmland, for family farms to change hands over generations, and so more and more you lose farms one after the other.
Doesn't get any better than that.
The amount of land we have is so small, and the population is growing, that by 2050 their recommendation is that we must find 92,000 hectares or 230,000 acres of good agricultural land to put back into production. We have it in the agricultural areas, but generally it might be a horse farm or a golf course or a nursery, or what you've got down the road here, a pot bunker or something like that, that's not producing food.
For a very long time now, residents of Saanich have been working with local government to develop a farmlands trust. It was actually one of the original visions of Saanich that when farmland became available, Saanich municipality would buy it and then later on lease it out to farmers. Well, this has been a difficult trust to get started.
Each city should be very protective of their agricultural land and build their own local agricultural community. What we're doing in Richmond, we've worked with Kwantlen University. The city bought a piece of property in the center of Richmond, and Kwantlen has set up a farm school on the property. The city owns it. It's like a trust, except it's a city-owned trust.
You really need to protect these farms and make it so they're accessible, because it's not just the land, it's not just the farmer, it's not just the infrastructure. You need to have all of that in place, and access and protection are key to stewardships and stewards.
We have such a great opportunity right now to create a provincial trust, a regional trust.
What the city of Richmond is trying to do now is to convince some of those landowners that have the big houses to lease out the farmland to young farmers that are going through the farm school. And that way we'll get them into productive agriculture, growing vegetables and food that we eat, rather than blueberries and crops that we export and actually don't have that high of a value.